What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. What is going on, chat? Love seeing how many of you are here. We're already at 70 viewers, 28 likes. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm not going to try to greet everybody today because there's a long list, so I'm just going to say hello to everybody. I see you in chat. Absolutely awesome to have you here. This stream actually developed over this last week, so I originally had something else kind of planned, and we ended up with what we have today, which is absolutely awesome. What we actually have today is a good deal of the mod authors have joined me today to chat about the Savage Wilds map, which is absolutely awesome. Stormy says, a week? Laugh out loud. Yeah, you know, I could not do what I do without Stormy. So again, thank you for all your hard work. I'm gonna bring all the mod authors in here. Can you guys hear me now? Awesome.
We can.
So let's go straight to our live screen here, and I'm all set up. It says note for navigator. This is totally different. So instead of crimes, they actually have instructions, which I'm totally going to disregard and make sure that I go to Cannibal Coast first thing. Does that sound like a good plan?
Well, this is what brought you to this place. So you won't find the Cannibal Coast.
Okay, not a big deal. All right, so I'm loading up the map. What I'd like to do is have you guys kind of introduce yourself, and then if you would just tell everybody what started you on your journey with Conan Exiles and with modding, just real quick. So if you guys want to kick it off, I'm going to get started playing around here a little bit.
Sure. I'm Alan Stormavere. I started with Conan Exiles back in early access. I was playing Conan Unchained and wanted a mount and saw the ad for, you get the Barbarian Edition, you get a free mount, and I never went back to Conan Unchained after that. I started modding when one of my favorite mods stopped being updated, and I wanted it back, so I jumped into modding to see if I could put a different twist on it.
Awesome. Okay, who's next there?
Everybody, this is Chappie, and I got started in modding when some friends of mine noticed that I had a knack for putting buildings together, that sort of thing. That's really how I got started, so I do level design.
Awesome.
Let's see, we first started Conan Exiles back before it came out for early access, and had computers built with the specs for Conan in mind. So we were there when it launched in February 2017, and we just threw ourselves in the community. We got mixed up with Josh, and then from there it just, we just kept going with the community and all sorts of things to keep the game fun.
Awesome. And for anybody that's not familiar with who Josh is, he's actually the creator of Pippi, right?
Correct.
Awesome. All right. Who else do we got there?
Hi, I'm Insen, and you can call me Incy, and I'm a longtime tabletop role player, and I was also gifted it from an old Warcraft buddy, the Conan Exiles, and I was a longtime Funcom fan, so I very much enjoyed checking out their new game and exploring. And the next thing you know, Shupa kind of came over and watched behind me as I was playing and was like, "This is fantastic!" And so I bought him a copy, and the two of us began playing and have been ever since.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
All right, and I'm Rob the Swede. Rob, I started modding way before Conan, actually. I started modding back in the Quake days, and it's always been a passion. So, always liked games that have a mod community, and of course, I've been working at Funcom for quite a while as well, and basically jumped into modding as soon as I could after joining up with Funcom.
That's awesome. And you make a good point on or maybe I'm going to make a good point. I'm going to coattail off of what you just said there. Funcom is great about supporting mod authors as a company. As far as I can tell and what I've seen in comparison to other companies, they're just amazing at the support for mods, which I think is why there's so many and so many amazing mods, honestly.
Yeah, so I think we have Scooper to thank for that, specifically the lead coder of Conan Exiles in the past, aka Nicolas Roblan, I believe it's pronounced. He'll probably kill me because I mispronounced and butchered his name, but he's really the guy to credit for most of the initial stuff there, and he's also a long time modder before Conan. And we knew going into the project that it would have to have some sort of community support, and modding does prolong the lifetime of a game, so that's why we did it.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Savage Wilds, and I'll let you guys kind of decide who gets to answer the questions. Maybe multiple people want to jump in, but first of all, what was the kind of inspiration that drove you to this mod?
I guess I probably should be the one to field that because Contrast, he was the one that actually created it. It's kind of a multi-part answer.
Okay.
When he was young, he first saw Arnold's Conan, and I know some Highwardians will cringe at that, but the opening Nietzsche line, "What doesn't kill us makes us stronger," stuck with him. And he was also a DM. He loved to tell stories, create locations, and quickly learned how to adapt to players going in the different direction in the storyline. So I guess those were some really strong points for him coming into creating an actual map. He was also really inspired by Frank Frazetta and like the animation Fire and Ice with an old rotoscope animation. And those were really strong points in the thought process of Savage Wilds. So, but when he started making it, there were no guides specifically for dev kits, so he had to do all his research on his own and did a lot of sketches, and there were a lot of conceptual ideas for Savage Wilds, starting out on a sketch pad, and then eventually UE4 and Terra Sculptor that finally made it to dev kits. So I'd say there's probably hundreds of virtual balled up failures on his part before he came to Savage Wilds. But he wanted
awesome.
he wanted to make a map that, you know, would fit into the Howardian world. It would make sense. And yeah, so that's kind of where his inspiration is and why he did it. And
Okay.
he wanted to also create a guide because there was nothing, and to help other modders create more content as well.
So,
Yeah.
if I was to ask how long this mod's been in the works, what would you say?
I would say it definitely started sketch-wise in December of 2019. July of 2020, I think Rob and Dan is Contrast, started talking about, you know, game theory and what would be cool, what would be neat to encounter. And that's probably when I think Aaron and Cheppy and me, we were all brought in and just started throwing ideas out there. And as the original concept was presented, it developed into something even more, and into what we have now, the final product. So
Right. Nice. Awesome. I do have to thank a few people here real quick in chat. So we've got Green Ranger with a $2 super chat, says can't hear the devs, so I got you guys turned up. Daniel Moore says can hear them now, thanks. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Daniel. Video Scavenger, now they're a bit loud, turned them down a little bit. Thank you for the 20 knock. And then Mondo coming in with the coffee. You know, I think I spent probably about that much on coffee this last week, Mondo. Thank you very much for the 50-pound super chat. You're absolutely amazing, buddy. Okay, so obviously you guys had a huge team. At least in my opinion, it's kind of a huge team putting this together, right? Most mods are kind of done by 1 or 2 authors. Is that kind of correct?
I would say so. I mean, we started out with, well, the entire team is all of us plus Contrast and Shupa, but initially, of course, we didn't have Insi and Shupa. So, but even that is it's a pretty big team to make it. But
Yeah.
we knew that we had different talents, and we knew that we all wanted to do something together, because that's really a big thing. That one thing that you asked what inspired us, and my personal answer to that is other people inspire me. If they have good ideas and they want to do something, and you get to talk to them and you kind of get psyched up on those ideas, that's inspiring to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so our dev team wasn't big because we knew that we needed to have that amount of people in order to do it. It's just kind of organically came out that way, because we had played together on a server called Crom's Reach for quite a while, actually, before we set up to do the mod.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a bigger team than normal.
So it's 7 in total? 7 people involved in the creation? Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And once it went from kind of paper to print, what do you think you guys put in time-wise, like actually really diving into the creation part of the mod?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know that's going to be a difficult one, I'm sure.
Well, I know the answer for me and Cheppy. I spent more or less every waking hour on the mod. Every single weekend was pure just get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done.
Uh-huh.
And Cheppy, you can talk a little bit how much time you've spent on the mod.
Well, given the fact that when I first started modding with this team, I went from knowing 0 in the dev kit. I didn't even know how to maneuver around in it. So from that point to today, I have 92 days in the dev kit. So if you want to add all those hours up, that's what I put into this mod right now.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, Cheppy puts us all to shame.
Yeah.
She is the workhorse.
It sounds like
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, that's great. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time here while I'm just running around. Is there anything that you want to kind of just get out there and let people know about the mod or about the inspiration behind the mod that maybe they don't know? And I am also I'm gonna hold you off on 1 second on that, because I've got to stop and just enjoy the music right now. Green Ranger coming in with a $100 super chat. I don't know what's going on with my tag there, Ranger, but thank you so much. Says, please thank the modders and give them hugs from Green Ranger. They are all very amazing, awesome. P.S. I'm in the basement eating tacos with Swifty. I know Ranger is really good about being involved in mods. He's probably in all of your modding discords. Yeah, so from Green Ranger, thank you very much, and virtual hugs for all of you.
Thank you. I wish I was eating tacos.
Yes. It's not even Tuesday, but that's okay.
Tacos are good every day of the week.
Nom, 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 nom.
All right, thank you so much there, Green Ranger. Okay, so music is over. If you would like to share just whatever about the game, go for it. Or about the mod.
The mod. I think we have an amazing community, and I really, really appreciate all the people that have supported us. That is very important, because if there weren't anybody playing, we wouldn't have a mod.
Sure.
It would just not be a thing. So we're very happy about it, and thank you to everybody that's playing.
I think also when we were in alpha testing and we had the group of alpha testers, that was a critical part of creating this too, because if it wasn't for their feedback and of course the bug reports, you know, it wouldn't have become as well made as it had been, you know. And then of course we have Eric too to thank for the videos, because he volunteered his time. Contracts reached out to him, and Eric stepped up to the plate in a huge way. So those are two amazing parts of this creation process also that I think can sometimes get overlooked, is the people that test it and the people that help support it after the fact.
Awesome.
Yeah, without Eric, we would have a crappy video that I put together, which was basically flyby shots.
Sure.
And he just basically went, "Here, you guys need help desperately. Hold my beer."
Right. Yeah, and that he did a great job on that video. And if Stormy will link the Savage Wilds website for me real quick in chat, you guys can check that video out. It's on that website. And then there's more information about the mods as well. I did have a thing set up that was supposed to work when I pressed the button on my Stream Deck and put that link in chat, but it's not working. So, but yeah, so the website looks amazing. The video's awesome, and so far, I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's nice to have something different, right? Like, the beautiful thing about Conan Exiles is with mods, with new maps, with differences in the way you could play the game, you can actually really dive into some different stories, but still feel very comfortable in knowing the mechanics and how to do the different things with the game, which is nice. So same mechanics, different experiences. Awesome.
I think also when we were making the map and creating the landscapes or fine-tuning them, we all play. I think the majority of us come from tabletop background where you're role playing with friends at a table and throwing dice around. So we all had that in mind. And so when we were working on the different areas of the map, it was like, where would we want to build? Where would we want to explore? Where would we want to encounter these things? And what would be fun?
Sure.
Because I know that's like Rob's battle cry is, what is fun?
What is fun, Rob? What is fun?
Novelty and exploration.
Okay.
There's some actual serious research done about this, in fact, which is, I'm not going to go too much into it, but it basically boils down to if you're not learning or finding something new, like there's a certain period of time, and if you don't, then you're basically on the verge of quitting, right? Because if the game grows stale for you, unless you have something to keep you in the game, like it could be as basic as a new friend, right? Like a new friendly face from the community, or a new exploration location, or something new. If that doesn't exist, you're kind of going, yeah, why should I keep at it?
Right. Time to move on.
And so, yeah, time to move on. So a big thing for us was exploration locations and secrets and all this kind of stuff. And I don't think players have found half the stuff yet. And I like that, and I know that as a dev I should basically not like it, because it's one of those, like, I made this, come find it, Jesus, what are you guys doing? But at the same time, it's like, no, you have to let these things kind of trickle in.
And I wonder, so when you say there's half the things that haven't been found yet, are you talking about the mod, or are you talking about Conan as a general?
No, I'm talking about the mod.
Okay.
Conan Exiles, because of the just amount of players that are in there, because it's a mod, so it has a lot less player base, obviously.
Sure.
Conan Exiles is pretty well mapped out at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be things that, me personally, or you personally, or somebody else personally does not know about. But as a community together, I would say that the collective intelligence on Conan is pretty solid by now.
Sure. Well, and I've kind of made it my job to make sure that it is solid, so,
Good job.
I try.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Was there anything else that anybody else wanted to share about?
Well, I think just the overall theme of the map is when it was started. You know, Contrast wanted to make a guide to make map making more available to modders. So he and Rob really, that was one of their like underlying points throughout the whole process, was to document it and to get something out there so others could make maps too, and always to help make modding better and find issues and pain points, you know, that modders would encounter along the way doing that. So just helping to produce a better product at the end.
Makes sense. So what you're saying is we should all expect to see more maps in the future.
I mean, it would be great for the game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And so timing-wise, you guys launched just shortly before official launch to SIPTA, is that correct?
I can't remember exactly, but that does track.
Yeah, I think somewhere close to.
Yeah.
Was the development of SIPTA and the launch of SIPTA, did that make it easier or more difficult to develop the map mod?
Well,
Or did it may not have affected it at all? Don't want to box you in a corner.
more. No, that's fine. That's more directed to me, I feel, since I did both. But the way I'd answer that is that I worked when I was at work, and I worked on this when I wasn't, and neither affected the other. And I don't think anybody else on because there are certain things that I can't talk to my team about,
Sure.
because it's in-house in Funcom, right? And so I can't talk to them, and one of those things are the launch of SIPTA. So our plan of launching wasn't, oh, SIPTA is releasing in blah, so therefore we have to do this now or after or whatever. It was just like, oh, it's about time now.
Right.
And also, the SIPTA release was delayed once or twice, and if we had any kind of plans of, you know, following or cutting off the Funcom launch, that would have not been good, because then we would have had to delay and all this kind of stuff. That
Sure.
it's just messy to try to.
Yeah, no, I
that.
wasn't trying to suggest that you timed it like that. I was just wondering if the launch or the fact that there was another map developed, did that help in your map development at all?
Oh, well, yes and no, because there were certain things that we got in the dev kit that were helpful, right? Like there's some meshes that we're using from SIPTA, such as the cliffs, or some of the cliffs, I should say, and the redwood forest is obviously from SIPTA.
Sure.
But at the same time, there was one dev kit release where we put in a lot of things from SIPTA, and then we said, okay, we put in too much, we need to pull some of this stuff back, so please don't use this until we pull it back. And not even I knew which ones we would be pulling back, so that actually stopped us.
Gotcha.
And I was kind of like, I don't know what we can use here, I guess we'll just see what happens. But then when we pulled it back and we saw the launch there, we're kind of like, okay, so this is the dev kit now. This is solid. The development of both maps at the same time, I think it all evens out basically.
Okay, makes sense. How about hurdles that you guys? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I'm at the edge of the map. I can't go that way. It looks so cool over there. I want to go over there and do things.
Sorry.
Hey, at least there's no green wall of death that just pops my head off.
That was the thing that I've never liked the green wall of death, to be candid about it.
Sure.
It is a surprise middle finger if you run into that the first time.
Sure.
And I just don't like it. I much rather have a blank wall of just like, okay, you can't go here. This is the end of the end of the world. It might not be the most immersive thing out there, but that's just how it goes.
Right.
And you're very close to the end of the world right now, running around. But yeah, no, hurdles. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, we've run into hurdles.
Yeah.
There's always hurdles.
I've deleted the mod once by mistake, and
Oh,
another
no.
time. Oh yeah, I totally did. And thankfully, Cheppy saved us. Cheppy is really the unsung hero because she saved us with a backup that she had on that one. And another time we had a thing where I'll talk about the audio incident if you guys remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was we didn't have an audio level, and we're like, all right, well, we should have audio level on the game, even if we don't necessarily play with sound on. Most other people will. So let's put in audio for this level. All right. And I spent a week or so, a little bit less probably, putting in audio all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Submitted it, works fine. You can run around, you can hear all this bird chirping noises and all this kind of stuff. Works fine. We build it, test it on a server, seems to work just fine, except it didn't quite, because you start in one place, then you start running, and you start running about 50,000 units, which is half a kilometer, and all of a sudden the world disappears.
Oh,
And
no.
we're like, what the hell? What happened? Did we accidentally delete a bunch of height maps? Like, Rob, did you do this delete thing again? I'm like, no, I didn't, I swear. And turns out that we still haven't figured this out quite yet, why it happens. But there are certain audio things that if you pull them in, it just stops you syncing with the server. So if you logged out and logged back in again, you would see the world, but then you would run another 50,000 units, and then all of a sudden the world disappears again. And I'm like, what the?
Wow, that's an interesting insight, I think, just in general for modding.
It's a lot of weird stuff that can happen, man. I tell you.
What about the disappearance of the volcano, Rob? Shall we talk about that one?
Oh, what
Yeah, I can
happened?
talk about
we
that one,
totally
too.
need to hear about this.
Well, Cheppy, you go ahead. Do you want to talk about that one? Since I've just been talking everybody's ears off.
Well, basically, it's more technical than I know how to talk about. But in a nutshell, it was just I had built the volcano, and he got ready to move it. And the next thing I know, we built the mod, and we were crashing. So at the end of the day, we had to rebuild the volcano because it couldn't be recovered. So I'll let you fill in any other technical details there, Rob.
Yeah. So it ended up being too close to the end of the world, and the end of the world is a thing where you have plus or minus 400,000 units, and physics stop working. Like, stuff will fall through the world. You can't run around and all this kind of stuff. And we were too close to that limit, and therefore stuff didn't work. So we had to move the volcano physically, and we managed to do that. But then when we moved the decorative assets, like all the cliffs and stuff, it all of a sudden started crashing like you would not believe. You just log in, get close to it, and poof, the server just reboots. So essentially we had the height map still valid, but all the foliage, all the cliffs, all that kind of stuff had to be redone from scratch. That was not a fun day.
So
All day job, basically.
yeah, so it sounds like a big setback having to do that kind of work. Essentially twice, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's more of like mental damage than time damage, because we've now gotten to the point where it's fairly quick for us to put through a couple of height maps, right?
Okay.
And it's more about I have to do this all over again. What a pain in the nuts. And I had this set up in this beautiful way, and I don't want to redo it because you don't want to repeat yourself too much, and all that kind of mental damage. That's something that really is the pain.
Sure. Oh, there's another one. I'm being chased by ostriches
Yeah.
right now. Rotten. Ooh, at least I'm not being chased by that jaguar as well.
Them dang jungle birds. Well, that jaguar seems to be having some fun with that tree.
Yeah. Things do that. Makes them easy to kill. I like it. I'm not complaining. Well, it likes me now. Come back, bird. Okay, we can't, we have to do this first. No touchy, kitty.
Somebody should have some sort of mod with a mini game about like the whole physics, like ostrich bowling.
There you go. I love the ragdoll physics. I'm really upset, and I don't want to get on a different subject, but I'm really upset that rhinos no longer fly.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Oh,
I think we're all disappointed in the lack
yeah,
of
I'm
flying
disappointed
rhinos.
in that too. Yeah.
Agreed.
Go ahead.
Like
attack.
I
No?
get it. I totally get it. But yeah. Oh wow, that guy really has it in for you.
Rock noses fly though, so there's that.
Yep.
At least.
You can't rhino football anymore, Stormy says.
Yep, no more rhino football. Let's see, we have Kest in the chat asking if this is a new map mod. It is. It's called Savage Wilds, and this is the first time I'm checking it out. I just so happen to have the authors of the mod with me, or some of them. I think I've got one in chat, so Contrast is actually in chat now. If you guys want to say hi to him.
Hello, Contrast.
Hey, Contrast!
I believe he's at
I
work
don't want to
today.
say hi to him.
Yeah, Alwyn and him they're not on speaking terms ever since Alwyn killed his dog.
Oh no.
No. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else we have in chat? Chat, go ahead and throw some stuff in there. What questions do you guys have, and we'll see if we can pick some of those out and ask these guys. Or if you just want to send some love, you guys have been playing it already and enjoying it, you can go ahead and do that. I believe most of you are hanging out in chat, kind of reading that as well.
I'm reading it, yeah.
I don't want to fight both of these guys. I don't want to fight either one. I already killed one. I don't need to kill any more right now.
Yeah, so the best plan is probably to head north into the savannah where there's a lot more of them.
Okay, perfect. I feel
Hello.
accomplished because I'm level 14 and I killed one, so I can move on now.
Oh, hey, Contrast connected to the voice.
Oh, fabulous. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Stream looks really good. Team, you guys are sounding good and healthy and moving.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hey, Contrast.
Now you're probably on a short time being able to be in voice chat here, right?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I got about 20 minutes, maybe 30.
Okay. So let's focus on you. I hear you're kind of the catalyst for this map. It was kind of your brainchild.
Yeah, in short. I obviously cannot take credit for all the work because really the team is the one that carried it through and put the polish on it. And Rob was the one that challenged me in the early days on it, especially when we sat down through many of our long morning 3 o'clock coffee meetings that we would have, and and convinced me to take it from a 3x3 map because it was just really meant to see if I could do it, to see if it could be accomplished. And my mission statement in those days were I wanted to get it out to the community because there was very little information on how to do this. And like I said, Rob kind of popped in the clutch and put me to the coals and said, go big or go home.
Sure.
And so we assembled the Avengers, and here we are.
Chat, I missed that jump right there. I'm gonna end up dying. This isn't good. I really want to kill these what do you call them? Those things, those Komodo dragons. Really want to kill them. But I don't want to kill the jaguar. Okay, so, oh dang.
He wants to kill you, though.
Yeah, I stopped to look at the chat there.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, no stopping, Whack. What are you thinking? So, Contrast, what do you want to share about your journey with the map?
Man, which journey, guy? What would we talk about? I don't know. Throw me a bone here, guys. Come on, team.
We've already talked about this and that, honestly. I mean,
What do you think of the end result compared to back in 2019? Right, you started.
Sure.
Right.
Are you?
Well, in the early days, I wanted to be savage. You know, I wanted survival. And my original concept in art drawings were, I wanted to throw your butt in the snow with burlap bags, and you're just fighting for that first piece of meat, you know, to stay warm and to survive.
Okay.
And a lot of my inspiration came from the 80s. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it came from the 80s, movies and artwork of people like Frank Frazetta and Brom. Brom was probably more late 80s, early 90s, but I wanted that whole survival feel, and I wanted that challenge. Of course, Rob talked some sense into me and said, we've got to make this to where it's more friendlier to players, other than living by torchlight and a stone knife. Fire and Ice played a big role in that. The old Roscoe movie, documentaries. I watched a ton of documentaries, anything from the History Channel to cartoons. So there was a lot of inspiration there. And I had never really been in game development before, but I knew what I wanted, and with some adult guidance, I was told how to do it better, basically taught. And I don't want to say told. I was taught how to do it better, and how to bring it all together. So you end up with the end product. So to answer your question, I think in my mind it's a softer, gentler venue, but it has to be that way. If the players are going to enjoy a map, you have to account for many play styles. It can't be just Khan's play style of survival and harshness.
Sure.
You've got to reach out and try to touch every heart and every community member, and let them enjoy that ride. Because if it's a ride that they're not going to enjoy in the first 10 minutes, well, as soon as they log on, I mean, they're going to log off. They're going to go, "This is impossible. Why would I do this?"
Right.
So Rob taught us a very important word, and that word was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have fun in gaming, why the hell are you going to do it?
Yep. I think it's important with games as well to understand, not only fun but challenge, right? Because fun, challenge, reward, right? So that's like kind of the three key points that I always look for in a game. Is it fun? Is it challenging, right? Because if I'm not challenged, if it's too easy, then I don't want to continue playing, right? And then what am I rewarded at the end of that challenge, right?
Right.
And I think the other thing that is probably important is understanding that there are different levels of players, right? So you've got your hardcore, very good players, right? They know the ins and outs of everything that's going on, and they know the best way to X, Y, and Z, and they can go out and they can execute that all the time. And you have the kind of more casual player that may know some stuff and may be decently good at the game, and then you have the people that just are not able to kind of compete, right? And so you have to figure out how do you balance for all those different things. And I just came upon Incy's body over here.
Hi, I died.
Oh no!
It looks like you might have killed everyone first, though. Oh no, there's one guy.
I only killed 2, and then the rest got me. Go right ahead.
Go right ahead and die myself. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Maybe.
Sounded like what she said.
So
Yeah,
contrast, actually, if we
Go
can
ahead.
back up just a little bit here, I want to give you a moment to kind of explain your journey with Conan and with modding. We kind of did that early on, so if you'd like to double
okay.
down and give us your
Sure.
quick introduction.
I started with working with Josh on Pippi. I saw in the very early days, I saw a lot of potential in that project. We got on board with it, and we learned a lot of things from the programmer standpoint, and then we also learned a lot about the art. But once again, Pippi is a server admin tool. And it's not really so much a visual tool. It's to help people run their servers individually. Through the course of that, we met up with Aaron, and we learned things from him and with his team, and we worked very closely with all these teams, and got very seated into the community. It was actually Josh that convinced me to leave Unity and go into Unreal, which I really absolutely knew nothing about.
Sure.
But I knew from tabletop, because I had over 40 years in tabletop, and I've written for several different companies and just did little projects, side hustles, and I knew I wanted to do something for Conan. I mean, when I was 8 years old, I read those words across the front screen. That which does not kill you makes you stronger. Nietzsche, and that it impacts you. So, I started the sketches. I think it was it 2019? I think it was. I started sketching it out, and I wanted to see if it was even possible to make a map. And I saw these map modders doing things. They were doing wonderful things. But I think there was a key component missing, and that was people weren't realizing there's limitations to the Unreal Engine. You can't put all the blame on Funcom, because, even though the Unreal Engine is very good and very strong and has a ton of capabilities, it's still limited. You can't put human factor to machinery.
Sure.
So how can I convey that? And I started drawing it on paper, and went through a house of Office Max blew up because I had paper everywhere and paper balls and whiteboard. And it was just it was a mess. And then I finally got where I was like, what? Let me go pick some brains, and kind of knew Rob through different venues, and started picking his brain on it. And he's like, what? Instead of going 3x3, because I was going to start very small. I knew it was a very large project for a single person to do at 3x3. And Rob is like, look, I think there's potential here. I think you should do something with this. We kind of sat down over several months, and at 3 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee. I don't know what time it was in Norway at the time, but there were some late nights and early mornings. I remember that. Mm-hmm. And a ton of meetings, and we came to a conclusion. It's like, let's do this. And we decided, we had a couple of discussions. I was like, Rob, I really don't have, the experience I had experience in running teams, but I hadn't had any experience in development. And he said, he would take on that job, and so he did. And off we went. I also knew from
to clarify there, you actually had to convince me of that, because I didn't want to.
Yeah, it was a bit of convincing, and we looked at the different pitfalls, and we try to mitigate damage for long run on a lot of things, and what would be the best, who would be the best candidate to handle which project, and and Cheppy, to get back on her, I mean, she's done a ton of work. I don't know if that's been mentioned or not, but for Cheppy came in and absolutely knew nothing about the dev kit, and that was really a baseline for me personally, because I knew as I was writing the manual, because I was writing the manual in the early days, I said, here we got somebody with zero experience, who's got heart, she's got motivation, you know, she wants to do this. And to see someone, you know, go from absolutely nothing to running a camera in the viewport to, you know, now designing sets internally, that told me that anybody could do this. You know, this could work. We could convince people to do this.
No, I think only Chappie could do it. Just gonna say it.
I believe anybody could do it if they set their mind to do it. Right?
Sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
it takes a certain amount of passion, right?
Right. And you know, with Fia, you know, speaking on her, she, you know, we were at the time trying to find, because you know, Josh was working with her on getting her into coding, and they were heavy. I was phasing out of that project. Was only handling some PR stuff at the time. At the end of that, but you know, Fia was finding her niche in the whole groove of things, and you know, worked on the more micro level of the map, as opposed to I was working macro, and Rob was kind of all over the hat, and Chappie was coming up with ingenuitive ways to make things work and use them in different ways, such as little fish bowls and placing plates in certain directions and making places look like they were used. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was convincing. It was convincing Rob, him convincing me, and
what will
you know,
it be?
I think we convinced each other. Yeah, this could be done.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, you know, Aaron, you know, I knew what I wanted. I created, you know, I had already written the storyline in the background for Savage Wilds. I knew what the world was about and what time frame it was going to fall in. And but you know, Josh was deep at the time on blue boards, so we couldn't bring him on board for coding. And Aaron said, "Hey, I can do this," and we were like, "Come on, you know, bring it on, man!" And
alive.
he worked very close with Rob
Impressive.
on UI and getting Shima, you know, placed and working. When it came to detail, we had several, and I don't know all their names off the top of my head because we had several people I had to handpick to test play. I was very critical in picking the test players because I wanted people that were specifically from different venues in the community, and it didn't. And believe it or not, I actually picked one or two people that absolutely just hated my guts. But I needed that.
Sure.
You need that because you know they're not going to pull punches with you.
Yep.
And you know, not everybody in the community loves you, but I knew these people were valuable people, and they would give a critical eye. And if you can pass your project past the people that don't like you, you know you have something.
Sure.
That's just how I felt about it. And so NC and Shupa, I'm not saying they, you know, NC and Shupa were my intelligent people. They were they were all intelligent, but they were the scientific and mathematical and grammatical, because they would always check my spelling. But you know, they really had attention to detail. I mean, each team member had a specific role, and they even the alpha testers, they just all did a phenomenal job, and it all came together. And you know,
what'll it be?
It is what you see today, and I don't know what tomorrow is going to tell, but yeah.
Farewell.
Awesome.
Exile.
So go ahead, Wack. I'm sorry.
No, did you have something else you wanted to add there?
I think yeah, not unless you have. I don't know. I try to cover the bases I could. You know.
Sure. Yeah. So I suppose my next question is going to be: I looked at the map, right, and you guys have it full, right?
Yeah,
it's full. Any plan for expansion, or is this the content that'll be there?
I'll leave that question to Rob.
There we go.
Yes, no, both, and none.
Okay.
So I'll elaborate on that quite obviously, because that's a really crap answer. But the map isn't all there is. We have areas that are outside the map. We have dungeons outside the map. We have a concept that we call adventure areas, and we have special admin build zones as well. So if you're an admin and you want to hook up like your own trading city or something like that, then we have 2 places that are pre-made for that, and we have some dungeon places where you can make dungeons. But yeah, no, so we have a lot of space that's actually outside the map. So the map isn't all there is. Will it be expanded? The map itself is very unlikely going to be expanded upon. Like the graphical image of the map, I mean.
Sure.
The map itself, though,
You can
yeah,
walk out of here with
it'll
a
be
bargain
expanded
or a
upon.
frown.
To which extent, I don't want to say, because then we commit
Come again,
ourselves
if
to
you survive.
something. But there's stuff coming, for
Yeah.
sure.
Good. All right. That's good. We're not going to go any further with that because I feel like we could go down a bad rabbit hole there. Give things away. We don't want to give everything away today. So I've actually got some questions from chat here that I'm gonna get to. Stormy's been kind of cataloging those for me. So, can you speak about the design philosophy for the map?
Yeah, we probably could, but the design philosophy. So, which aspect is almost my first question, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into the design philosophy, but one of them was we want to keep this as base game as we can. We don't want to have a lot of custom assets in this place. We don't want to have to create a whole new weapon set or armors and blah 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 blah. All this kind of stuff is just nope, not doing it. If it doesn't exist in the base game, it doesn't exist in our map. And we had to, as well, for technical reasons, keep the mod small, and bloating the mod with assets would not be great. So,
505.
yeah,
505.
505.
I'm having a slight temper tantrum right now because I just have come across the Silas the Weathered in
Shield Right.
Yeah, what's the name of this place?
Maroon.
Yeah, that's the one. And of course, no truncheon, no base, no Wheel of Pain.
Yeah.
So,
They read your mind. They knew you weren't prepared.
that's I mean, that's the just kind of the way it goes.
And you could always purchase your thralls too. So there's that option.
Yeah,
So,
I like to catch mine wild. I used to, when I was playing initially on PS4, I wouldn't capture a fighter unless it killed me first. So it had to kill me, and then if it killed me, then I'd go back and knock it out and bring it back to the base. That was kind of the must do.
Very Red Sonja of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So you had to prove you were worthy first, but right
That's
now
pretty cool, actually.
I feel kind of like a beggar, and those rules don't apply to, obviously, to crafters.
Yeah.
Okay, where's that interact? Ooh, there it is. I'm finding
the
all
pole.
sorts of great things to interact with and having fun here. Again, Languish Viking asks, why so many caves for building?
Well,
We love caves.
Why
we
not?
We love caves, and in one case we actually added a cave because somebody was saying there aren't enough caves to build in.
Well, nice.
So now
Caving out of spite.
Spitefully caving. Okay.
Spitefully caving. Yeah. No, there's
Who doesn't want a place to explore, right?
Sure.
there's a lot of places to explore. Yeah. So caves is basically it's cool, and we were asked to.
Okay. Very cool. Let's see.
Well, I saw in chat that is it Bourbon asked if we have a Patreon account, and no,
No.
nothing we did was for profit.
Uh-oh. Getting a
That's
little
contrast.
back from somebody.
I apologize for that.
Yeah, nothing we did will ever do is for profit. You know, this is for fun. This is for the community. We love the game. We love creating, and we have a great team that works well together. So, no, money was never and never will be a goal of ours for this.
Sure.
No, we won't accept any. We will never put one up. If people give us money on the street, we're more likely to eat it.
Oh my goodness. You guys are killing me here because I just came across a Heim Hammerhand.
And as well.
Oh man!
I think your server's trying to spite you.
Why can't I be that lucky? Well, at an appropriate level, when I can knock them out.
Let's see if we can find another one. Let's go for.
Yeah, then you know that the Savage Wilds, we just put it in because
there
it's
to
you now.
Troll me.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but that's the RNG, right? You know, they could come here 100 times and never find anything. Ooh, playful pup? Is it? Dude, you guys, oh my goodness.
We have to.
Fishing time.
But
pick them up and drop them in a bag.
Yep. You know, the thing is that's kind of how it works with RNG is you can visit there 100 times and never see them, and you can visit there the first time and see them all. It's just the way it goes.
Yep. Very true.
Let's see.
And the Dark Knight 9, there are caves up in the snowy region. Go for it.
So, Lorenzo says it's a mod, so unless consoles get mods, they wouldn't make it a DLC.
Yeah, so I really wish, like we talked about this before the stream started a little bit, but I really wish that there were less rules and regulations for mods coming onto consoles. Like the rules for Microsoft and Sony are quite stringent when it comes to that stuff, and I would love to just let it all out, right? Mm-hmm. But I can also understand them on a level where it's like, well, you know, this is a family platform and we don't want to have certain types of mods out there, perhaps, right? So I can understand that, but it's still disappointing / cry.
Well, where you are right now in Muran, the interfaces you see, those are the things that Alvin created for the merchants and for Jima. So, all of the merchant interactions, that is all our.
What'll it be?
Yep.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work.
So I've got a little feedback about it, merchant stuff.
Sure.
Come and see me.
Go for it.
I can't close it with my controller. I have to get it on my my keyboard or my mouse. But that's probably more just a me thing than most people.
So if you hit the same interact button that opens it, does that not close it?
I don't think I actually tried that. Let me
try that.
Back in here.
So I don't even own a controller, so I can't really
You
test
can walk out of here with a
that.
bargain.
Well, yeah, that does work. Okay, cool.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, I didn't want to use escape because escape does funky things, like it doesn't actually clear the memory of the UI, so that when you go near water, if you interact with it, then the UI shows back up and we get bug reports about that. So
Gotcha.
it's
Ooh, look at this. Everybody's working out. Good job. Good job.
We're in the Maroon Garrison, so these guys will be doing push-ups ad infinitum.
Yeah, I was thinking about standing there and counting, but I decided that would be a bad idea. I would feel very poor about my personal ability to do push-ups in comparison.
I feel bad about not being able to do a single push-up, so don't you worry about that.
All right. Let's see, what do we have other? Have you fixed buildable areas up in the mountains?
I don't know where that is.
Okay. So maybe that's an actual good question. If there's some feedback, something that people have come across that they may have issue with, is the best place to let you guys know about that your Discord?
Yes, we have a bug reports channel, and if you put in a coordinate for that stuff, we will fix it, usually within the day.
Okay.
We've tried to keep up with the bug reports like, I was going to say flies to something, but I don't know if I want to say that here. But
yeah, I appreciate that.
We try to keep on top of the bug reports as much as we can.
Awesome. Okay. So there you go. If you guys have feedback, if you've got a bug, you can get over to their Discord. Stormy's just linked that in the chat, so make sure you join over there. I do need to have, look at that, we need to have a 69 celebration. Good job, guys. 69 likes on the live stream. Thank you very much for that. I'm still aimlessly walking around the map here, just exploring different things. Is there...
Still in the...
This will be a gameplay question for you. Is there an area I should be heading to, specifically? Something I should show off?
Well, go ahead, Contrast.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, as far as a specific place, I would say no. One of the foundations I wanted was I didn't want. I liked Exile Lands. It's you know, I really do enjoy Exile Lands, but I felt like you were pigeonholed into a particular story, the prison, the bracelet, and all that. So I wanted Savage Lands to be a bit of a place that you could tell your own story. And when I presented the original concept and story of Savage Wilds, you know, Rob and I batted it back and forth, and we wanted to have more points of interest. You know, why are these people here, and what are they trying to do, and you know, the civilizations that they've constructed in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of explore at your own risk. There might be things that would lead you to one thing to another, or maybe, you know, I can't tell you everything in the game, but
come on, man, that's what we're here for.
Well, if Rob wants to, he's more than welcome to, but we wanted you to explore on your own. And I think he was saying earlier, you know, with Exile Lands, you know, it's not hard to go pull up a wiki and go find out where the next great sword is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We wanted this to be a first-time experience for everybody, and
sure.
There was no spoilers, no cheaters, unless you go to the spoilers channel on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Would that be appropriate, Rob? What'd you think?
I think that's 100% correct. I mean, we had a kind of curve, because you can't just start players out and the first thing they encounter is the Red Mother, right? Like that progression doesn't work. But
that's like constant whack moment after whack moment after whack. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so we have the startup area, obviously character creation, and from around there where you're at right now, we have the friendly Maroon City, but we also have the Darfaris. So it's still lower end enemies around here where you're at, and the further north you go, the more nasty people you'll encounter probably, and it kind of all radiates from that startup place.
Sure.
Right.
So
I don't know if I got that there, but
you guys kind of felt that the same concept of, hey, as you go north, the things get more difficult, worked well with the map.
Right. And
yeah.
It's inherently built into the core mechanics of Conan, so there's some rules you have to follow
sure.
in the development process.
Black Ice is you're in trouble. Black Ice is a end of the game material for building and for weapons and all that kind of stuff, and Black Ice is in the north. So Black Ice is a north thing. North becomes harder because of that. Then you have the flora and fauna of the north makes it harder because of that. And so north obviously is in the north, and so you know the natural progression is head north. Right. Kind of thing.
Right.
And I feel like that was feedback we got from the testers too, especially NC and Shupa, was make resources located where players are used to finding it, since there are no guides.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that players can, it makes sense to players because they're already, used to looking in these locations.
Right. Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. Can I
They're
have
running
one of
back
you?
now.
Can I have one? Just one fight. Just one-on-one. How about you and me?
I think she's leashed.
Yeah,
She's gonna insist on running back now.
We're just gonna slow her down a little bit. No, don't run. You're too fast for me. Stop it. There we go. See if I can get her before she gets all the way back.
I can field one more question before I gotta go, guys.
Okay.
If you've got anything for me, anybody on?
Let's see.
Not the front.
Are the SIPTA Vault Armors / weapon sets implemented in the Savage Wilds? If not, do you have any plans to implement anything from SIPTA in Savage Wilds?
I will defer that to Rob, and then I'll tack onto it.
Okay.
Okay, so yes to very few of them. We didn't want to grab everything from everywhere, put it in, and I guess Contrast can expand on that, but there are some, but not all of them. That's the short of it.
Okay.
It there's some basic. We wanted to salt and pepper Savage Wilds. We wanted to, if you want to go play Exile Lands, you go play the Exile Lands. If you want to play SIPTA, you go play SIPTA. But if you want a little taste of home, you from either one of those, you can go to Savage Wilds. Once again, back onto one of the core concepts is, there's certain things that have to be in the game in order to make it enjoyable. It's just inherently built into the system. The question is how ingenuitive are you and creative are you to make that happen? And there was a lot of discussion on how to do that. We still have on the drawing board concepts that could be used for the future should we do something, and we could possibly apply it to something, if that helps.
Okay, so the answer is there's some stuff out there that you need to go and kind of search for, and then there may be more stuff out there in the future, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Explore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And just have fun and take your time, and it's not a rush. Just enjoy the ride, man.
Sure.
As they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey, right?
Sure.
So
I think that's a good point. I think a lot of us actually miss the journey. Like the video that I uploaded the other day about how to level up. That's kind of like the, hey, I want to skip the journey. I want to be level 60. ASAP, and there's a place for that.
Right.
But I do think Conan is, Conan in general is best played when you explore and you kind of learn and have that newness of finding something for the first time, right? And then sharing that with other people, right? Like Conan's a great game to play as a group of people, and it doesn't matter whether it's a group of people or a group of people you just met on the server. I think it's a great game to play with others.
Yeah, it goes back to the very beginning of the conversation is, everybody has a different play style. You have, PvPers who are going to shoot for that level 60, and you have PvEers who want to, just take their time and enjoy the ride. You have your role players who, just want to tell a story, and it's hard to try to get all three of those parties together. And very rarely do you ever get them together on the same server. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen servers, including my own in the early days, that failed because you're trying to mix those communities, and it causes grief in the long run. But you pick a play style you enjoy, you join with that group, and you go have fun. And really, at the end of the day, it comes down to that: is are you having fun? You know, and that's what we wanted Savage Wilds to be. It's you know, it started as one man's vision and turned into a mission, and what you see today when, you know, everybody else came on board and convinced me to do this. And you know, and I wanted Funcom to know the pain points, and Rob you know, blessed me with the knowledge and the guidance in doing that. And the team fought me on a lot of things as far as look, man, you can't be so hard on players. I know you want to start them in burlap bags with no shoes in the middle of the desert and no water, but you know, we got to give them a fighting chance. And I'm glad they did. You know, I had to, as Rob likes to call, you have to kill the baby and know when to let your people come in and go, hey, you know, this would be the best course of action. And
Right.
And you know, having Rob you know, captain the ship, but follow the guidelines that I set for the world, and we had, you know, guidelines that had to be followed as far as what could be in the world. We didn't want unicorns and rainbows and, you know,
Wait a minute.
those unicorns.
Wait a minute. There's no unicorns in this?
No,
Alright.
Oh, that's it. That's it. This,
One in.
Are we
that's it.
touching in the rainbows later?
done. No, that's great.
no
That's great.
Skittles, no rainbows, no fairies. You know, I wanted that that savage world, that primordial world.
Sure.
And you know, and the team has stuck with that. I mean, they followed the guidelines and the rules and of the world that's set before them, and they just went to town on it, man. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
So
No
you're,
rainbows, no unicorns, but you just might find a blood moon in the sky.
There you go.
Very
Just-
true.
I'm looking. Okay. Yeah. So it really sounds like, you know, you kind of really wanted the barbarism of the Conan Exiles game to really play a major role, right?
Right.
You're,
More
you're a
PvE.
barbarian, barbarism, you know, that kind of feeling.
Yeah, yeah. That which does not kill you makes you stronger. And you know, is that just that one sentence that set everything straight? You know,
Right.
Friedrich Nietzsche, man. Who would have never known? But yeah, these guys they popped in the clutch and brought the world to life. You know, and luckily I was smart enough to listen to them, and you know, I was willing to let go of the reins a little bit and pull back, and you know, just let them do what they had to do. And yeah, here we are.
Awesome. Want to give a big shout out to Adventure Goddess. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Says thanks for showing us around Savage Wilds. Something that I haven't mentioned yet on stream here is this server will be launching to Whack Nation. So anybody that wants to play on this server just needs to be in my Discord so they can get the information on the server, read the rules, all that fun stuff. But we'll be hosting this server until people are tired of playing on it. So I'm actually I'm starting a new line of servers, which is I'm calling Whack Limited, and gonna offer them for a time, and they have the opportunity to become permanent servers. So we're gonna do some interesting things with different mods and whatnot. But I thought it would be fun to start out with this one.
There's definitely some great modders out there. There's just a plethora to pick from, and the community as a whole is, man, you got a big job ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, I've got a great team to help me out as well. So won't be just me doing it.
Right.
There's also some just some love going out to you guys for making the mod and for being here today. So thank you for being available and making time to come and hang out with me today. It's absolutely awesome.
It's cool
Thank
to
you.
do so. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. It's been real fun. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm not ending by any means. I just wanted to kind of get that out there early on.
I appreciate everybody's time, and thank you for letting us tell this story, because you know, we we get a lot of rumors from time to time, and who we are and what we've done and our connections, and you know, it feels good to clear the air a bit, you know,
Sure.
on what really happened. And for you guys, I want to read on it, and you can read on it at the website. We posted it there, and you know, if you have any questions or anything, we'd be more than happy to field those questions where we can. But yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, and that's going to be, again, that's going to be Discord. If Stormy will link the just their website, you can grab the Discord link on the website as well. But that's, you know, if we don't get your question answered today, and it's super important, definitely get over there on Discord and chat with these guys and get your question answered. Green Ranger's got a question. Maybe you can see if this is a rumor that's been going around or not. Are there tacos in Savage Wilds?
I wish.
That would be a techie question.
No, I'm not. No, don't take me there.
No, that's a daily Cheppy right there. Don't take me there.
Don't take me there. Well, you know, you better read the guidelines on if there's tacos in Savage Wilds or not. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay, fair enough.
On that note, guys, I got to go. I appreciate everybody's time. Everybody take care.
Yeah, thanks for being
Right.
here. Glad you could make an appearance. It's awesome.
It's easy then.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
Keep
Later, man.
Bye, bud.
Oh, look, I'm being
Oh,
chased
there's
down.
somebody.
Being chased down. What am I gonna do? Point.
Is that Incy?
Yeah.
No, who's that?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
it
It's
is.
me.
Yep. All right, let's go do stuff.
Lead away.
Me lead. Okay.
You have to lead.
I do.
I
Yeah,
know this
because
map.
you know everything, so it wouldn't be fair, right? So rumors. Is there anything that just comes up all the time that you guys want to just clear the air on?
Once in a while, but not. I wouldn't say all the time. But obviously, since I work for Funcom, that has some. I don't know. People seem to think that
You're playing
I
favorites?
have. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Well, I can't play favorites either because I don't have. I'm not in charge of the marketing team, and I'm not in charge of anybody that's doing Twitter, for instance. So Iggy has posted a number of times on Twitter about us, or twice actually, I think, not a number of times. And I've asked him both times to not do it, and he's basically going, well, you know, we don't care if you're there. We would have posted this anyway.
Sure.
And sure, so that's the thing, that it's not pleasant necessarily, but at the same time, I was fully aware of this. That was always going to happen. So actually, if you look at the first video that we released, I'm not credited in that video at the end at all, because I asked to use another name.
Okay.
But yeah, people know now, and it's not like I'm trying to hide it or anything like that. But the favoritism thing, I don't particularly like, because it's just simply not true.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Dan released the modding guide way before we ever was even close to launch. So
Oh, this is such a bad idea. I've taken us in
you're-
such the wrong direction. Do I have my... You know what I really need to do? I need to be smart here. Because I don't want to go all the way back to the cave. Just going to run away. I'm going to get my bedroll.
oh, they're in
Yeah,
your
there we go.
right after you, I think. Oh, poof.
Okay, so now we have a bedroll, so at least if we die, and it looks like we're basically right at leashing distance there, maybe.
I did not put a bedroll down.
Oh no!
Hooray!
This
Farewell,
one
Lindsay.
that's got the super reach is going to be the hard one to deal with here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Get started on it. We'll do a little hardcore combat here. Ooh, we're gonna die. I don't have any more potions on me. Yep, there it is. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, I don't want him at my bedroll if I do die. And there it is.
Yeah. There we go.
Wah, wah, wah. And there's that barbarism that we're talking about, right?
Yep. Oh, I see whack moment. I see it now.
Oh, I was killed by a named guy? That's a named guy, too. Christian the Blade. He's pretty rude. Trying to think of what other questions do we have going on. Chat, you guys got any questions? Kai on Fire is in the chat. Says, "Oh, you getting into the Savage Wilds?" Yes, yes, and good to see you, Kai. I know you've been all over and probably could tell me what's up.
Actually, we should probably note Kaya too, because Contrast reached out to Kaya. We kind of knew her from other areas, and so we're like, hey, you want to do like a guide, for starting out, just to give people, a helping hand. And
Sure.
Kaya did some pretty good videos too. So if you want to know where Shima's locations are, I know Kaya has a guide on them.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I watched those videos before I started playing. Been in the live stream, checked out some of the things. So, not a total noob to the map. Oh, I am. I'm so gonna die again. This is. Oh, that guy shot me. Okay, here it is. Here's another one. Oh, let's see. Can I avoid all
7
the
hit
arrows?
points.
That is not what I hit. 7 hit points, no stamina. Guys shooting arrows. This is not like smart. I know that, but doesn't matter. Let's see. Okay, so Dark Knight 9 has a question about the font and whether it's possible to make it larger for visually impaired folks. Is that something
The font. Oh, for the merchant UIs?
Just screen text numbers. Could you please include another larger font size or 2?
Oh, I guess that sounds more like maybe a base game thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take that back to Funcom as a thing to look into. How about that?
There you go.
That's all. That's what I can promise. But in terms of the mod, we can't really like put in a new font or anything like that. I don't.
I wonder if that could be like a standalone mod, though. I'm thinking about it.
Well, I
look who I found.
don't know how fonts work at all. Stormy is trying to hide. Yeah, I don't know how fonts work at all. Maybe, yeah. I mean, that could be a thing that that could be a standalone mod, but not something that we would necessarily do. But it is worth. It's worth taking that feedback back to Funcom for me, because that is obviously a thing that currently we do not alter or allow you to alter in the base game.
Sure. Okay. Very cool. Can I open the map? There's the map. That's the lower. We're gonna call it the lower 40. But it's rather large. Do you guys know size-wise how large this is compared to, say, the Exiled Lands?
Painfully detailed numbers we have, yes. So the Exiled Lands is just about 31 square kilometers, and we are at 29.
Okay. So basically,
And this
yeah, couple
that
kilometers.
is discounting all the a couple of kilometers, and we're discounting all the water and what constitutes like non-playable area. So we, for instance, do not count the middle lake when we do that.
Okay.
There's also the adventure zones that are not mapped, and that's for old school gaming where you didn't have an easy reference to see where you were. So they're on the map, but you won't see them mapped, for the overland.
Gotcha. Very cool. I did take away your hidey spot, Stormy. Saw you too easy to see. Didn't have your urban camo on properly. Oh, what is attacking me now? Let's see. I'm not seeing any more questions come up that I've caught. Have you guys seen anything that I've missed there? Whoa.
Well, I did see one a long time ago from Language Viking, which is why is the Clan Cullen cave so effing huge?
Okay.
But I think that the answer there is, again, because it's cool and we liked it.
It's kind of like the why not, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the adventure locations were supposed to be iconic locations that you would recognize by, like, the one feature that they have. And the Clan Cullen cave was basically, well, let's make a big cave.
True.
How big? How about bigly big?
Yeah. As big as we can make it.
Plus, it's a place where players can build, or if admins want to do some sort of city, in that location, they can. So it's open, for player content.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Mike, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says great stream and awesome team. I agree with you. And then Daniel said, sorry if I missed this, was getting coffee. Is Whack going to start a Savage Wild server? Yes, I am, Daniel. Yes, I am. I will instruct Stormy to release the information shortly after the stream. Oh, no, I don't want to. Shortly after the stream ends so that you guys can jump on and start playing. It'll be a lot of fun. Adventure Goddess would like to know if you guys have a favorite part of the map.
Yeah, so I took the liberty of also answering in text.
Okay.
I think everybody probably has their own favorite. My favorite is the newly released No Man's Land, simply because it is the newest.
Okay.
I would. Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
hard pressed. No, it's I love it all. Of course, I do my best to, when they start talking about different things, I try not to pay a whole lot of attention to it, so that way when I do dungeons, I'm surprised and things like that. It's not easy, but yeah, I don't think I have a favorite area.
Not yet, at least, huh?
No.
Okay.
I love the northern areas, the snow, because I feel like there's more of it. Well, there is more of it, than what we have in the Exiled Lands, and I'm not complaining about that. But I like having a larger biome for snow, and it's fun to explore up in that area.
Awesome.
I may be preferential to jungles, but mostly because I love spiders.
Oh no.
Yeah, Incy made the house in maroon. I won't say anything more than that, but she made the house in maroon.
So is that a warning, like a arachnophobia warning?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I do. It's funny because sometimes I actually like really put those in my videos. Like I'm like, there's a lot of spiders coming up, but
You picked the wrong camp, mate.
Yeah, well, there's actually a mod that is designed just to turn the spiders to scorpions for people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Chep, you have a favorite?
I would have to say my favorite is the underwater city because I just love to go diving for gold and silver. Absolutely my favorite.
Watch your flanks.
Oh, you mean beneath the waves?
Yes.
Okay.
No, don't give too much away. Oh, ow.
Just
That's
the
why
location.
I didn't say it.
It's just, I gave it away. I'm a naughty man.
That's okay. Okay. We are almost going to clear this camp. It's going to be awesome. I put a peg leg on because I figured we've had a couple of whack moments and it probably makes sense that I have an injury.
That you lost one.
Yeah.
So I
Oh.
noticed Malimber in chat had a question about mob density, and is it very low and is it deliberate? So yeah and no. Rob, you had kind of a philosophy on the mob density.
Yeah, so the first thing to realize is that we totally knew that people were going to be playing this with other mods, and if you're playing with mods, you will be playing with Pippi. That is, if you're not, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
And it's simply put easier to put stuff in than to remove stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, we also didn't want admins to have to populate the entire map by themselves. So, the mob density for wildlife is slightly smaller than what you would expect from, say, the Exile lands. For that and a couple of more reasons, but and one of them is performance, obviously. But we also don't go completely barren, I wouldn't say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that where it's appropriate, we have larger amounts of mobs, and where it isn't, we try to not.
Okay, makes sense. Oh, that last one got through too. I'm currently cheesing everybody that has aggro on. Oh no! Nothing happened. You saw nothing.
I say, it wasn't me, was it? I'm sorry.
Nope, wasn't you. So one of them got behind me somehow and finished me off there. That's okay, because everybody loves a good whack moment. Like, yeah, we were doing so well.
So, Alicia Crassus says, does Savage Wild solve the issue of Exile lands not really having a use for gold, silver as a currency? Most things you can buy with it in the base game is less useful or only good as one-time buy. We try to. So, we have a merchant system that is based on bronze. And if you have gold or silver coin, you can trade with those. They will exchange the currency, basically. So the answer is we hope so. The things that we sell are pets and food and even tools and all this kind of stuff. I think all the way up to hardened steel.
I found saddles, horses and saddles.
Yeah, horses and saddles and all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely more use for money as a currency on this map than in Exiled Lands. And of course, Shima also requires you to pay her in order for her to teleport you, or well, I shouldn't say that. Immersively speaking, it's to guide you somewhere, right?
Sure. Might be giving away a little bit too much there.
Alrin actually did an amazing job with the merchant system too, so it'll adjust. Alrin, I don't know if you want to expand on that.
Well, yeah, so the goal early on was to have it have some sort of effort adjustment. So if your server rates are times 10, it's obviously a lot easier to harvest the gold to turn into coins. So the cost for the merchants will, if the admin doesn't turn it off, it by default it's turned on, then it will take in your recipe cost and your harvest rates and adjust those for the final cost. So if for whatever goofy reason somebody had a times 10 harvest rate, but then you needed 10 times as many mats, it would still be even. But if you go the other way, it could be up to 100 times more expensive to use the merchants or Shima.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let's see, Kai has a question about what might be coming next for the Savage Wilds. I feel like maybe you guys touched on that a little bit earlier, but we may have a different group of people here if you want to kind of reiterate on that.
We could absolutely do that. So obviously we're continue the development for Savage Wilds is a given. We don't have something like a development plan or a roadmap or anything like that, and also we need to be adaptive enough to respond to any kind of Funcom releases, right? Like, if Funcom tomorrow decides that, you know what, we're releasing Sorcery, we've secretly been working on it for 5 years now and it's out, haha, then we would have to immediately be able to respond to that.
Sure.
So there's no roadmap. Having said that, we do know that we want to do more dungeons because we had a blast of a time doing them. And we know for a fact that we can do more adventure zones. And the only problem there is that, of course, sometime at some point the map will just run out of space.
Sure.
But we've also talked about having a companion mod to Savage Wilds, which would be a kind of, I don't know, Savage Wilds Plus, which would be more along the lines of some other mods where they do things like, well, this boss now drops the blade of the true savage that does 1,000 billion damage, and you know, that kind of stuff. But
Sure.
we're still in the kind of, you know, talking about that, because the mod needs to be, it needs to be valuable enough by itself as well. Any kind of mod ideally should be possible to play standalone. So we'll see about that. But, and I guess dropping a hint to the big one would be Project If. And we don't Project If, and we don't talk more about Project If than just mentioning it by name.
Okay, so Project If and Win. Fair enough.
Basically.
Yep. Sir Lannister asks, do you think this map will ever be made official?
That is not up to us. Funcom needs to contact us if they should want that, and there are multiple reasons why they wouldn't, in all honesty.
Sure.
I know that a lot of people have... sidestepping that one for 5 seconds, I will also say that keep in mind that a mod is always a mod and is covered by the very comfortable umbrella of, oh, it's not made by a company, so therefore we expect some kind of lesser quality stuff for some bits. And so people tend to be much more lenient looking at mods than what they would if this had been a map that is released.
Right.
And of course Funcom needs to consider that as well, where if they were ever to do anything with any kind of mod, be it a map or not. So that is one thing. And of course the other thing is we have a whole bunch of stuff in this mod that you probably wouldn't be able to put out there in an official capacity. Like we took the lyrics to the Immigrant song and rewrote them to fit a Cimmerian theme and put that into a lore book that would have to go out. We have a whole series where this guy called Roger E. Howard is horrible at writing books. And it's a joke. It's not supposed to be a poke at Robert E. Howard at all. It's just this knockoff copy guy that's basically complete crap at writing. Right. And so we have a lot of those books spread across the entire place, and those books are they're absolutely crap. I mean, they're a crap on purpose, but they are crap. And if you found that in an official capacity, you'd be like, what the heck is this?
Sure. That makes sense.
But yeah, the long and short of it is that is up to Funcom. We have no aspirations of going official. It'd be nice, and it wouldn't be a thing that we would take money for. So, you know, if they want to, hey, poke us.
Okay, very cool. Got a interesting question from Decker here, I think. So, I love making maps, but have no coding experience. How much of a barrier would it be to design a map for Conan? And is the barrier the reason we don't see more map projects?
Well, there's very little coding experience that you need. You need some base level modding knowledge, which mostly concerns tables and things like that, which is the easiest thing to pick up. The coding is almost non-existent, with the exception of schema and some traps and the systems for the economy. We have no special code in this mod at all, and you can totally get by with art alone. So, as we mentioned before, there's a guide on our site for how to hook up all these kind of things. We're thinking about releasing a template for it as well, which has an 8x8 map already set up that you can just go in and go nuts and experiment with and kind of get to grips with map modding. Map modding has actually only recently been made possible in the correct way, I shall say. Because until a couple of months ago, we weren't able to do maps in a correct way with a couple of exceptions. But only recently did. Oh, Insane is trying to imitate an NPC.
Yeah. I went up and tried to kill her. Sorry.
But yeah, no. The answer is that you don't really need that much coding, and if you ever need help with it, then we're only a Discord away. Like, we're happy to answer questions. We've been fielding questions for some modders that come to us and ask us for stuff, and yeah, sure.
Awesome. Mondo with a 10-pound super chat said, if the mobs and animals don't rubber band all over the map like in Exiled Lands, I'll not play it. That mechanic is a pain, but it's funny. Only joking, I'm downloading it now, lols.
At first I was really nervous about that. I just saw the mobs and animals are rubber banding all over the map, and I'm like, holy they are? Really? What? No, please tell me that isn't the case. God dang it, Mondo.
Got a little troll moment there from Mondo.
It gave me a heart attack. Another one.
Oh, don't do that. No.
So I saw a question earlier from Sebastian. He asked how many devs worked on the map and how long it took. There was, originally 5 of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's 7 total now. So, and as far as time,
11 months if you count the research, which I think it is fair to do that, because without that it wouldn't exist.
Sure.
Actual time in DevKit, though, I think we all of us, now Contrast was in it before us as far as this goes, but all of us as a team, I'd say we started in October of 2020, or was it September?
It's 4.5 months is the number that I've written down somewhere, so I remember that.
Yeah, it's all kind of blurring together at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see if I found a cheesy spot here. Come over here, guys.
It's quite possible that you did.
Not that way.
Not that cheesy of a spot.
No, end up stuck.
Slightly cheesy, actually. I mean, you could totally get away there, though.
Yep.
You are actually in the least favorite, biome that we have, the Red Rock area.
I really don't like this. I've never liked it.
Just because of the way the rock looks, or something else?
Coloring. Yeah, the coloring of it.
Do you think that's why? That's not what I don't like about it.
For me, I don't like that orange.
For me, it's building it, because we're so limited in terms of the assets that we can place in these things.
That is true. Yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
My thrall died.
Oh no.
That would be Stormy. Stormy died? Oh no. Okay. Let's see. What else? we're coming up actually on the 2-hour mark, which is usually about the amount of time I stream. So we could kind of start closing out a little bit here.
Wow, it's 2 hours already. Jeez.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, right?
It totally.
It absolutely does.
Oh no, this is like Blackhand Captain. I mean, just not ready at level 19, I don't think. Who's gonna still tether with me? This guy? This guy wants to die a lonely death. I can feel it.
You certainly felt that.
Oh, nope, that's not gonna work.
Here comes his buddies. Oh, lordy lord.
Come on, come on. Let's go down here. Here, look, I found somebody else for you to chase.
Oh my
Here,
lord.
Chase her. Chase her, don't chase me.
Run
Leave me-
away,
Leave me
Izzy.
alone. Alright, this guy needs a poke. He just needs one poke. That's it. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Now you're dead. Oh. Oh, okay. It worked. Look, he actually jumped down here with me.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
And now
I
he's
have
gone.
no idea how the hell he did that. Fell through the wall
There's
too.
another-
I think he's down there. Is he down there? Let's see. Chat. Any final questions, anything like that? Trappist in the house. How you doing, Trappist? Good to see you. Let's see. Alicia, how come human NPCs in the game are so easily broken? That's probably not a mod question.
No, I can field it,
this is
though.
A Funcom question. If you want to field it, go ahead.
Yeah, so AI in Conan Exiles has unfortunately always been more A than I. And I would love for that to be the case. Oops, you're about to have a interesting time. I would love for that to be the case, and we might do something about it, but I can't promise anything like that. It's not my decision to do that.
Sure.
Even with a bow, they tend to be a little easy. There's all kinds of stuff that I would love to do with AI, and Dennis and Matt, that are the leads for content right now. I know they have plans, and I trust those guys implicitly. They're really good at what they do. And so I hope that we can take care of some of those AI issues.
Awesome. Yeah, come on down, buddy. Let's go down to the bottom. Yeah, come down.
I would laugh so much if he landed on your head and you got like killed by the
Encumbered?
weight.
Probably just knock me the rest of the way down the hill is what would end up happening, right?
You've got no
Were you-
chance, mate.
Oh yay, we killed one. This is such a mess coming down the hill. Oh goodness. Okay, I do
Dark-
want these boots. My leg grew back, in case anybody was wondering.
To Dark Knight 9, yeah, thank you too, because I think well, a couple of us were a little nervous coming on because we don't do a lot of streams, so thank you guys too for being here. It was a really fun experience actually.
Good. Glad you
Yes,
enjoyed
thank-
it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a good time. Appreciate it.
All right, so Stormy, you can go ahead and release it. We'll go ahead and release the server to the Whack Nation family now. You guys have been amazing sharing the information about the mod, and really I think what's most amazing is I don't think you guys gave away a whole lot about the content that's on here, which is tricky to do sometimes. So I appreciate that personally.
Yeah,
Even
go ahead.
even on our Discord, we have spoiler channels. So when you join the Discord, you don't see these 4 channels right away. If you want to find out specific locations, you have to auto-assign yourself that role, and then you get spoilers.
Very
So
good.
even on Discord, yeah, we don't like spoilers.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's easy to do though in a live stream, especially if
Yeah.
if something gets you talking about waves or other things, then it's easy to kind of get into stuff there. So, chat, you guys have been absolutely amazing today. Thank you for coming and sharing your questions and your comments about the map. Let's see. Mondo247 has a question. The way the character skins... Oh, this character sinks into the mountain surface. Is that a coding issue?
It is a art issue. It is the collision of the mesh not adhering closely enough to the mesh. So when you scale up the mesh, the collision scales, and the difference between the two also scales. So unfortunately, that is not a coding issue, it's an art issue.
Miss Valley Gaming is saying he needs another whack moment. That's the way you want me to end the stream, is by doing something dumb. Okay, let's go do something dumb. Let's go pursue a whack moment. It's gonna be at one of these bases, I'm sure.
Recommend heading the other way if you want a whack moment.
Oh no,
that is true.
Okay, that's true. Go this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gameplay question: what is everyone's favorite weapon, class, or specific? So, i.e., two-handed sword, Telesaro. I think that's a question for chat there, maybe. Maybe chat can get involved in that question, and you guys are more than welcome to get involved with that as well. If you have a specific weapon and weapon type.
I'm so bog standard, or I used to be bog standard, and I used to do war axe all the time because it's just like one of the easiest weapons to kind of use. Before that, I was two-handed sword, but now I actually go for two-handed hammer, and I don't particularly know why. It's just like the feel of it, I think.
Dude, you have like one health point. Jeez. Oh my. Go ahead.
Daggers are fun. I like the backflipping that you can do. I prefer that actually over dodging anymore. Or, single-handed axe and shield.
Okay.
I actually prefer daggers as well, but I also enjoy mace and throwing axe, so that I can have like the little or dual axes where I can do the spinny combo.
Sure. Very good.
Shield?
Go ahead.
I said I like the axe and the shield, and I've started using a mace with it.
Nice. I used to be almost exclusively two-handed sword until the animation changes, and that pretty much did away with that. Now, I'm really hooked on daggers right now, honestly.
Yeah, I love them.
Can I repair that now? Yeah, okay. Oh, we finally caught up with Aurin here. Green Ranger
Who rode
comes
in on his
with
horse.
Yeah, he did. Look at him. He found some money. Got the Ferrari there. Green Ranger coming in with a $50 super chat, said, thanks, Whack, and the modders from Savage Wild for an amazing stream and an amazing map. Thank you, guys. Yes, absolutely. I've actually really adopted daggers recently due to Sipta.
Ah, okay.
So, if anybody knows why, I'll let them know why, and I'll if they don't know why, I'm gonna keep that to myself for now. But yeah, really like the daggers right now.
They are very, very effective. I'll say that. For me, it's more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so lame when I play any kind of game like this. I like the heavy, chunky kind of thing. That's why I go two-handed hammer now.
Gotcha.
I love the sundered ability, so mace is definitely one of my favorites.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, some of the abilities are very important. All right, where am I going for a whack moment here?
Just if you follow the river,
just keep going.
Follow the river, and you'll find the
something.
The something something something.
The something something that's gonna be like, ha! I'm gonna eat you for breakfast, and then pick my teeth with your bones.
Probably.
All right. Daniel Moore with a $20 super chat says, thanks Savage Wilds devs and Whack for a great mod and stream. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Raid Pog. Am I getting raided or we want to raid someone? Oh, at Ziri Gold. How you doing? We're being raided.
Hey.
Yes, we're being raided right now. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream?
Do you want to go along? Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just
Go ahead.
follow the river until you see the well.
To the big baddie.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, no.
he's taking me
Totally safe.
He's taking me to a whack moment.
It'll be totally safe. Pies and rainbows for everybody.
There are
unicorns.
There actually are some rainbows on this server. I'm just gonna say that because we have no equipment drop on death, which I just feel like makes it a little easy. This looks like a fun place to be.
That's about it. Yeah.
This is a fun place unless I've already been here, because I usually aggro this thing up here, and it's usually sitting at the mouth waiting for unsuspecting people.
Yes, you. I see what you do.
Let me
You go
refill
around
my daggers here. Oh look, there's a scorpion. Actually, oh, okay. So, are you modders, mod authors with me today? Are you coffee drinkers?
I drink a copious amounts of coffee, Red Bull, and Coca-Cola. I am probably going to die of an adrenaline overdose any day.
So, Mondo just dropped me another £100 super chat. Thank you so much. We will stop and have some music here. But I want to talk about a coffee I just got. So, we gotta wait for the music. Just got to. Let's see. Let's kill this thing while the music is going because, I mean, why not, right? See if we can do it. Oh, you know what I should have done is put a bedroll down. Oh my god, it almost killed me already. Anybody have a spear?
That would require planning.
Thank you so much, Mondo, for the £100 super chat. That was absolutely awesome. Sorry, I don't have any dances unlocked on Savage Wild server yet. Gonna have to find that belly dance, though. I'm sure I can get some pointers on it. So, oh my gosh, I'm almost dead again. What I wanted to say is I actually came across a company called Player One Coffee. And I ordered some of their coffee, and it was good. I ordered God's Gift coffee is what it's called. But right now they have a Irish cream that is limited edition, and it is absolutely amazing. Like, I've never had coffee as velvety as this coffee.
You have my attention, sir.
I was going to say, I am intrigued.
Yeah. Oh, I stepped out and got killed. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's good. We had a whack moment. If you guys want to check it out, there's actually a link in the description of the live stream for a 5% discount. But they roast it to order. You can get it whole bean, ground, however you want. Super cool company. So, all right. I think we're gonna end it with a whack moment. Is that okay with you, chat? Are we good there? First one was the bugs. I mean, a bug killed me, right? So I got killed by a bug. Yeah, looks like we're good here. So, anything you guys want to wrap up with?
Just say hi to @Siri Gold too. I just saw her in chat.
Yeah, she raided. She came from her stream and brought some of her followers over to check it out. So it looks like we were on the same timeline though today. So
Yeah, I love her mod.
Yeah.
So much.
Yes. Oh yes.
Absolutely.
a little
All the love.
Jace.
a little sneak preview is at some point I'll be doing this with her as well. So definitely have to come back, tune in for that.
Oh, @Siri, you've got Alrin, Cheppy, me, Fia, and NC and Rob in here.
And Shupa sends his regards.
Forward to your stream when it happens as well.
Yeah.
You miss
absolutely awesome.
contrast though.
You definitely can watch this over. Start it from the beginning. Check it out if you want to. It will be available on YouTube. So, yeah, all the legends. I agree. You guys are all legends. Well, I appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out with me today. It's been absolutely fabulous to have you on. It's been a lot of fun for me. And there may be a guide or two in the future of WAC Nation on Savage Wilds. Kind of share some of the secrets.
Looking forward to it.
Love it.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
thanks.
Awesome. All right, chat.
And-
We're gonna wrap it up there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know Contrast had a good time too. I'm just wanted to throw that one out there.
Awesome. I'm glad he could sneak away from work on his break. So it's absolutely awesome. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up there. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace. This video was sponsored by my legendary supporters. Thank you very much. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not a subscriber, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video. Now, if you're not done watching, there's 2 videos on the screen. You could pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.